because I do 1,300 crunches and sit-ups 4 times a week.
What's a dose? Can you translate for us?
Winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer of the year is Ernie Els.
Welcome back to the Goat Track, everybody, the podcast about golf and golf-adjacent stuff, mostly from Africa. We are playing a 4-ball today, but as does happen every now and again on a Saturday morning, somebody's running late, missing him from the tee box. JDV, how are you?
Good, yeah. We'll have to get the see if the guys will help and Hoff can get a golf cart out here to join us on the third or fourth hole.
It's quite sad seeing his red knob sitting on the table, just waiting for him. Sorry, I had to make that joke. Taki, how goes this?
Hello, guys. It goes very well, thank you. It's great to be back in person and chatting some golf. I think we've been, as a team, you guys have been busy, but the rest, Hoff and I, have been fairly quiet lately. So it's good to be back chatting to you guys.
Well, I want Hoff to be here, but I think breaking news. I think Hoff's relationship with golf is changing. Well,
back. Massively back.
So the thing is, I don't know if it's a change in relationship. I mean, that is his relationship, isn't it? I mean, it's super high, super low.
Very volatile.
So maybe it's on brand that he's super back now.
Is it a bit like that post of Tiger Woods where he announced or didn't announce who his new girlfriend was, but please give us privacy?
Oh no, I thought it was more the one that April Fool's. Did you see that one which he came out with? Which is like, I've blown up my Achilles, I've sat in this chamber or whatever, but I'm back for the Masters. And then Oaks went nuts and he's like, April Fool's.
He's just won the PIP again.
I think he was trying to take some heat off that weird ass relationship post that went up, which was clearly possibly written by his new girlfriend, which I only found out yesterday is apparently Donald Trump's son's ex-wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah. Weird world. Taki, we wanted to do a quick golf goals check-in. How's the game teeing up? I've seen you play a bit of golf in the flesh, and certainly some of your goals you had looked like you were ticking them off rapidly when I spent a bit of time with you on the golf course. I'm thinking putting in particular. But yeah, what's been happening? You've been playing.
I played a couple weeks ago. I played in the Highbury
Where was that?
At Cotswold Downs, which was a lot of fun. We actually played, as a 4-ball, we played really well until the beers kicked in. And 91 points didn't get us in the prizes.
Sure.
Not even in the top 10.
Not even the top 10.
No, man. Was it just 4-ball alliance, 2 scores to count? And 91 didn't get you into the top 10?
Nope.
Oh, my God.
We were flying. We were flying on the front 9.
There's some weights in these fish.
Yeah, and then
flying on the beers.
Yeah, and then the beers, they kicked in. But the putting, I must say, is as good as it's ever been.
God, you just needed to give yourself a talk in the mirror, basically.
Now it's going to fall off the cliff.
Have you changed your putter grip? Because that thing was looking
I literally have.
There we go.
I've got a new grip on my putter, and the ball seems to be going in the general direction of the hole now, which is actually very encouraging.
Have you changed anything, like grip? I mean, not like your physical grip?
I did change. I have changed my grip. I did have the claw for a bit.
Yeah.
And that actually worked really nicely for me about a year and a half ago. And then it just didn't. And so I've gone back to a more conventional grip, which I think is actually doing the job at the moment. So we'll hold on to that for as long as possible.
It also sucks when you have a ridiculously good round and you get sandbagged out of the prizes.
Yep. Look, to be fair, all due respect, probably not the greatest of prizes. So I'm not too disappointed.
Sometimes you hang around and you come sixth and you win like a really shitty cooler bag or something.
Or Terence is organising
a mouse pad.
Terence is organising the golf day, realises that the guys who came first looked like they've sandbagged, so he just swaps out the first prize for a bag of charcoal.
With the 10th prize, yeah. No, it was a very cool golf day. The field was packed, and it was a good time afterwards as well. So But that was the last time I played, and I don't really have anything coming up because we were just chatting now. Our club champs at Cotswold Downs have been moved because they've had 800 mils of rain since the 1st of January, and they're just hoping for like a week where they can actually just not have any rain.
I spoke to Brian this morning. There are parts of that course that are like marshes that used to be absolutely fine. I mean, if you think about left of 12, it's actually normally quite dry, and now it's impossible to, like, you can't go left of 12. It's just like wetland. Probably a protected area
It is
now.
tough, yeah.
Listen, I'm a little surprised that clubs would consider having their club champs like right at the end of summer. I guess they I guess the grass is growing a lot and stuff at then. So hoping you can get everything running perfectly. But this year has been mad. We have had so much rain here in KZN. I mean, otherwise, JDV, you played recently. You've been playing quite a bit.
I'm shocked. What?
Little 76 the other day, I'm told.
Yeah, so that was it was the ecstasy was short-lived after I realized that I'd sort of built this thing around my mom looking after George. And I said to Kath, no, it's fine. For the first 9, he's pretty much going to be having his nap. And then for the second 9, my mom's coming to visit. So I've told her she can just bring George out onto the course and, you can walk the last couple of holes with us. Anyway, 4 rolls around and send a message to Kath saying, so what happened? I'll let you know when we were on the top of the par 3 for you to walk down. You guys didn't join. She says, no, your mom left about 2-3 hours ago. So my very well put together plan sort of exploded in the driveway. Anyway, got home.
Yeah, and by the way, the plan of having like your 2-year-old walking like the last 3 or 4 holes with you is also pretty ambitious.
I've done that before.
Yeah,
though.
please just stay behind the ropes and just don't make a noise, please.
I took him out once where Sean was playing, and so they were playing with 2 other random guys, and I was like, look, sorry, like I thought it was just Sean and John Mark playing. Do you mind if George is here? They're like, no issues whatsoever. The oak was on the par 3 16th. As he took a backswing, George was like, wah! Extracted into the bush left. I was like, I'm so sorry about that. That's pretty bad etiquette from me. But anyway, I shot a 76, which I was thrilled about, but obviously didn't come back peacocking too hard when I got home. I think I was just had to sort of
take your medicine,
play it down a bit.
Told Kath it was a really crap day.
I was like, yeah, look, it was really good, but stoked to be back.
I'm here to be a daddy.
I'm more happy to be home. JD, I see you also played Boschuk a couple of weeks ago. How's that looking?
I think they've also taken a bit of a bashing with the rain. Boschuk's normally beautifully conditioned, the fairways and everything, but it's actually some of the fairways are looking a bit tired in places. Greens as always are really good. Although also I don't know if guys are not fixing pitch marks or whatever at Boschuk, but greens looked a bit puckered. Otherwise I really enjoy Boschuk. I know it's not Hoffman's favorite. But I'm a big fan of Boschuk, and played. It's actually a sneaky, tricky golf course. I found like there's quite a lot of tight shots, and you get stuck behind quite a lot of trees, which I did. That was a lekker round.
I think it's and look, this year's been otherwise, but I think it's heading towards the time of year when I've had a couple of rounds in Boschuk. I think like late April, maybe May, and it's like the leaves are dropping there, because it's got that real autumn vibe.
That's pristine. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's absolutely peaks around sort of in 6 to 7 weeks time. So maybe that's going to be slightly delayed. I am playing next weekend. I'm up at Gari for the young Tom Morris. Gonna miss you there, Tucky.
Yeah.
But so playing 2 days at Gari. I saw they had the I think it's under 15 nomads are playing there this week at the moment. I saw some photos from that this morning. I mean, it's looking so lush still. There's zero hint of winter hitting up there. So I think everything's going to be a little delayed this year in KZN.
The one thing about Gari is that I don't feel like they take a whack from the rain.
Yeah.
Nearly as much as like Boschuk would with the big dam there. And Boschuk always seems very low, like in that little valley. So they're not hiding to nothing there. Whereas I think Gary's pretty robust when it comes to rain.
Yeah, I mean, JDV and I played there a couple of weeks ago, and I mean, they had a lot of rain before that, and sure, I can think of one or two spots maybe in the rough where there was a bit of standing water, but that was it. The greens and the fairways and that drained very well, but I've never seen it so lush before. I mean, it's the rough is brutal. Like, I've never seen rough like that before. It's unbelievable. Like the long rough is like, you forget about it. If you drop your car keys in there, you're going to be walking home. You know, it's proper. Guys, major season is on us. Flip, I'm excited. The content is starting to flow from Augusta.
Yeah,
we've got the ANWA, the Augusta National Women's Amateur, on this week. Couple South Africans in that field, Tucky.
Okay.
So keep a lookout for them, and I'm sure tap into the socials, you'll see that. How are you guys feeling around the game? I know guys have got mixed feelings around the state of professional golf at the moment, but once the majors kick in, it's kind of fun, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I guess people say it ad nauseum, but when you just get the best golfers together for 4 tournaments a year, it just elevates those so much. But like, I just think that I actually told my wife on Monday that it was Masters week this week. That's how excited I was.
I also thought it was Masters week this week.
A whole week early, I was so disappointed. I was like, oh no, it's only next week.
I'm just prepping you. Yeah, might not be available between 8 and 1 in the morning.
Yeah, but like, the Masters is the pinnacle though. Like, everything that they do from a social perspective, from a TV perspective, it's just like, it just feels so much better. Like, there's just doesn't look like there's a blade of grass out of place in that place, and it is just so pristine and like the perfect example of what a golf tournament should be.
Yeah, I think some sort of like content to look out for is they had a hell of a, I want to say it was like a hurricane that went through there at the end of in like August, September, October, somewhere around there. I remember seeing photos of just like trees on top of greens at Augusta and that. So there'll definitely be some content around, you know, how they resurrected the trees, and I know they had to rebuild a couple of the greens.
Yeah.
But I mean, from what I understand, when they rebuild those greens, they are done. Those things are in exactly the same spot that they were. So look out for some of that. Sounds like it's been really hot there. So with any luck, we'll get like nice, firm and fast conditions. I think that brings out the best at Augusta. But yeah, Flip, I'm excited. Like I've kind of honestly most weeks kind of tap out of watching pro golf. Although there have been some fun like tournaments, even on the Sunshine Tour, even on the European Tour, tapped in and out. But when we're talking proper golf, it begins kind of next week, and I'm psyched.
I think, can we give a quick shout out to KZN boy Mike Hollick winning the Players Championship?
Absolutely.
On the Sunshine Tour last week at Blair Athol. Like, what a win! I think that like all the big names in SA golf were there, and to be honest, going into the final round, I didn't sort of pick him to be the winner, but played really nicely.
George Couture was playing some serious golf, and yeah, as you said, it looked like it was going to be a bit of a shootout between George and I think Dani van Tonder. We were sort of trading blows. But yeah, I mean, Michael Hollick played one hell of a final round.
I heard George Couture's post Saturday interview, and like he was going on about how he was fighting himself, and it wasn't a very positive interview. I was like, bro, you leading going into the final round.
Well, it's like Victor Hovland, who sort of said when he won his one, he's like, "Ooh, that was a bit of a fluke," and then everyone's like, Victor Hovland, what a pick for the Masters. I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
Miscut.
Yeah, it's not like us. Like when we rock up at a round of golf, you're like, oh, I don't know, I haven't played in 2 months. Like who knows what's going to happen, you know? And then you go out there and you shoot like your PB for the year. That does happen to us. I think as a pro golfer, that's not really the space you want to be in. Like, I don't know. Although it seemed to work for Victor Hovland the other day. Sounds like he's still kind of working things out. But yeah, Michael Hollick, I think we're gonna get him on the pod.
We're gonna try,
Saki. very cool story though. I mean, essentially, I'm sure he'll go into it in the podcast, but yeah, was getting close to basically quitting. Started coaching, and then as you said, JDV, nothing like a bit of perspective. Nothing like a lighty to make you just liven up and realize that maybe there's different priorities. And then, apparently just started playing amazing golf the last 6 months. Very cool.
I do want to ask him if professional golfers also battle with lower back pain from carrying lighties and the rest of it, or whether it's, they have done so much core work that it doesn't affect them. But yes, I don't know about you guys. You guys also have lower back pain from lighties?
No.
100%. After my first lighty, I had proper lower back pain.
Okay.
But I'm conditioned now because I've been doing it for 10 years.
What, just that is how it is. I mean, you don't
I don't live in pain. I've dealt it. I've dealt through.
T's not picking kids up anymore.
Yeah. No, good. Add that to the question list, guys. We decided this year. We do our golf champs picks, and we're going to run our pools and that for the majors. But we decided this year let's create a season long goat track major race. We're going to dub it Major Goat, and what we're going to do as a podcast is we're going to do a draft of picks of players. So we're going to do a random draw just now, and each of us are going to pick 5 players. Obviously, it's a draft, so we can't pick the same players. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick 5 players, and we're also going to pick 2 South African players. And we're going to assign points. Your players will win points based on essentially where they finish in the majors. And the point system, and look, this is still up for debate because I essentially came up with this. There wasn't massive amount of feedback, but what we came up with was a win will get you 40 points, a second place will get you 20 points, top 5 will get you 15, top 10 will get you 7 points, top 20 will get you 3 points, and a miscut. And this is where we can have the debate. We had originally said -5 points. I think we should have a bigger penalty for a miscut.
I also think we need to reduce the amount for a win. Because, I mean, if you have one of your players winning for 40 points, and then you're going to... I mean, I would be saying if you've got 2 players in the top... Let's say 3 players in the top 20 should be equivalent to a win. If that makes sense. Otherwise, just for a bit of volatility.
No, I think a win's a win.
I think a win's a win. What if you get the 20th, 19th, and 18th place? And then you're equating that to a win.
Yeah, 100%.
Never.
Never. So the way I tried to do it was that 2 of the category below wasn't quite the same as that next category. So
JDV just wants to hedge his bets.
So 2 top 10s is 14 points. It's 1 below a top 5, which is 15.
Okay.
That's kind of how I try to do it. I'm open for persuasion here, JDV.
No,
Tucky,
I'm with you.
You're in you. A win's a win.
Yeah, I'm with you. If you get a winner, that's got to be tops.
Yeah. We also, assuming that between the 4 of us, we're going to each be picking 5 players. We should be picking
a winner each,
20 or 25. Yeah. Someone's probably going to hit a winner. So keeping that in mind, you could convince me to make it 30 or 35. No,
35.
35. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, we can go with that.
That's fine. I'm happy to reduce it by 5 points. So if you get a second and another top 5, then you equal a winner.
Correct.
Yeah.
That seems fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. So I'm sure you guys have done masses of homework.
I've got a list.
So I'm gonna do the ChatGPT random order here.
It can't be half first. Half must go. Oh wait! Before we get into that, T, can we just quickly work out what the prize and the forfeit is?
100%. Okay. Floor's open. I have an idea.
Okay.
So okay. I think the last place should be a real punishment.
Yeah.
Okay. So couple of ideas there. There's always the obvious one of doing like some sort of alcoholic punishment.
A rumbler.
However, in the interests of, perhaps, not making this a purely alcohol-based podcast,
Yeah.
I think the last place should have to caddy for the first place in like white overalls at some golf day that we play in towards the end of the year. Not sure what first place is, but that was my stark, that was my harsh punishment for
I think
last
that
place.
works because then, firstly, they can't play, so everyone else plays, so they don't play, and they've got a caddy. I think I'm in with that one.
Just there's so little
At Cotswold
opportunity.
Downs.
There's so little. There's so little opportunity to play golf that it seems quite mean spirited to take that off the table.
It's got to be high stakes.
Don't come last. The fact that you don't like it is making me
No.
realize that it's a good.
So genuinely though, without Mr. Hoffman here to defend himself, are you going to get that man to? You can't even get him onto a golf course to play golf. Are you going to get him into white overalls to actually caddy?
Listen, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm saying you really don't want to come last. We want to create some tension in the stomach. Am I going to get him out there? I don't know.
So what about a beer
We'll
hole?
see.
So a beer hole, and I know it's sort of alcohol based or
Drink
whatever.
responsibly.
But the beer
Just don't
hole,
drink and drive.
the beer hole idea was you pick if you wanted to find a par 3 or a par 4, you pick a hole and you have a beer for every shot that you hit. So if you ring out, you're downing 6 beers, sort of thing. If you make a birdie, well, you're only downing 3 beers. So we use that as sort of the standard forfeit in our golf tour. Much quicker, much easier to do. I think there's more chance of someone doing that.
Stakes enough. Given that this is going,
It's a season long race.
A beer hole is tough, guys. There's some viral videos of Oaks beer holing.
I've seen it. I've never done it, thank God.
Well, wait till
That's why I'm touching wood.
So what if we did like 9 holes? Like you caddy 9 holes.
Yeah, so I was thinking if we
And-
caddy like the Hunt Cup, or you caddy for like the Chicken Run or something, is probably more realistic, and then do a beer hole at the end of it.
So on top of caddying.
Yeah, caddy 9 holes with a beer hole.
Sure. What about third place?
No. So third and second nothing, and then first place gets like a prize.
Okay.
So
So
if you,
second and third, nothing.
yeah, second and third you're in the safe zone, and then I think first
Okay.
place I would be saying.
So last place is really, really not where you want to be. Okay.
And then the prize for first place.
So 9 holes of caddying plus let's say a par 3 beer hole.
Happy?
Okay. First place
Do you have
prize.
to run? Do you have to run?
Yes, absolutely. That's the whole point.
I know. I was
Shake
just
that-
double checking.
shake
Well,
that beer up.
you're in running fitness mode at the moment.
No,
Taki.
no.
So
My running's taking a back seat.
has it?
Unfortunately. But I've got the rest of the year to get ready.
I mean, if we're at the hill par 3, you're only playing. It's only running like
70 meters.
60 meters. That's fine. And then first prize will need to be some sort of combined prize. We have to put some money in a pot, I think.
What? $200 each.
Yeah,
Winner takes all.
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
250. Let's make it 250 each.
Well, what's a sleeve of Pro Vs going for these days?
Oh.
$300.
I don't know. A lot.
250,
like
probably
80
250. Yeah.
Isn't it like 80 odd around a ball?
Yeah. So if we say 250, that's just the equivalent of like a sleeve of
Let's
Pro
put
Vs each.
250 in each.
So 250 in each.
Okay.
And the winner takes.
So
it.
the winner will walk away with a gorilla. Okay, brilliant. Well, the ChatGPT's finally got back to me. And guys, I can confirm that the randomized order for the draft is as follows. It is Hoff, and then Taki, and then JDV, and then Teabag. So keep in mind that we will be snaking the picks. So obviously once we get to me, then I get to make my second pick and we go backwards. So it's not the end of the world. And with that,
Have we explained the picks? As in the numbers of picks and the South Africans?
Yeah, maybe you just need to
Yeah.
go through that T.
Okay, so we each picking 5 players. You can pick whoever you like.
Or each picking 7 players.
Yes, okay. But you have to pick 2 South Africans, and the South African players will not receive negative points
Ever.
for miscuts or for not starting. By the way, if your players don't start, they also essentially are deemed to have missed the cut.
So good luck whoever's
So make
picking
sure you-
Victor Hovland or anyone else prone to injury.
Are we allowed to do trades?
No.
I would say in our preview pods before each major, I would
We can
say
trade.
you're allowed one
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. You're allowed one trade.
Is that trade a permanent trade or just for the tournament?
It's a permanent
But
trade.
you can't trade out for someone who's not picked by anyone, eh?
You have to trade for
With someone. So like I'll have to say, okay, T, I'll swap you.
or for someone who's hasn't been picked. So
Yeah, so like if one of your players is injured and not
No trades then. I was going to say you can only trade like internally. So I can say, T, you're not bullish on one of your players, right? I'll trade you for one of the guys.
but
that
what
I
if
have.
someone's injured?
Tough, did not start. Minus points.
now he's changed his tune. And it was it was all fair.
Okay, well I would say no trades then.
Yeah, let's just keep it as
Okay,
is. You
I
get
mean-
your players, and that's what you get.
Yeah.
Or you know what? I actually like your idea. Let's allow you can offer trades up. You can see if guys are willing to trade, but you can do one before each. Look, we'll consider like if there's a serious medical note, we'll consider it as a committee.
And maybe we say
decide whether we allow you, but then we'll give you a pool of players you have to pick from.
out of the top 100.
Yeah, we'll give you 5
Out of the
players.
outside of the top 100, should I say?
Yeah. Perfect.
I have said to Hoff, he said... Okay.
Right, so we have settled on the prizes. Hoff, it's gonna be you're gonna be catting 9 holes for the winner, and then doing a beer hole after that if you come last.
You say you, as in directed at me, or am I the victim?
I'm just saying a general.
One will
you,
be.
the last place will be, and the winner will be getting a box of Pro Vs
Or
of
an
their
equivalent.
choice, or an equivalent, and a nice bottle of red wine. I think we'll throw that in there. Why not? Chuck it in there. You might be a few bottles up by then. So
We might actually have to define the red wine, given the red wine that you've won in the past.
Has to be
more
over a certain-
than 200 rand worth of red wine,
Has to be
considering
over a
the
certain
crappy
amount, yeah.
wine that Hoff's given me in the past. That Tussies.
I gave you one good one. I just gave you also a shit one.
It was lovely in the poiki that we made, that Tussies. All right, Hoff. So you have first pick. Who's it going to be? I will keep track here on my complicated spreadsheet.
Second
But-
spreadsheets and Go Track history.
100%. I'm not going to be sharing this one on.
It's not a Google sheet.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it makes sense to go Saffa first, given what I've just learnt before the mics were activated on how these picks work. Bit of a complaint to our leader on the amount of detail that came onto our WhatsApp group. So I'm going to go Saffa first, which actually doesn't make it sound as easy as it is, because at the moment, the Saffas are quite difficult to come by in terms of guaranteed for a mayor.
For a start, even.
So, I suppose you think Dean Burmester in terms of form, but he's in the LRV, so I'm going to change tack there, and I'm going to go a little bit standard, if that's the right word, run of the mill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick PXG's newest recruit, which is Christian Bezuidenhout, as one of my Saffas.
Okay.
I can safely say I did not think he would be the first,
First
choice.
I'm not going to tell you that wouldn't have been my tactic, but I love it and I appreciate it. And he's starting the first major. Let's be honest.
Well, I was going through
he
the.
actually has a start.
I was going through that that
Everyone's just laughing.
I was going
He's
through
there.
that amazing, the best app in the world, which I'd re-downloaded like everyone else a day or so ago,
Masters.
which is the Masters app, and going through their starters list and hunting for that South African flag. And I saw him there, and I thought, in terms of like getting into majors, he's probably got a pretty good chance. Actually doing something at the majors, less likely. But there's not much to pick from here, guys.
Taki, it feels like you
Guys,
now
I'm
have
ready.
the first pick.
I've got the first
I'm
pick.
very
And I will go with the number 1 player in the world, Scotty Scheffler. That's my first pick.
I feel like this is like I've heard this many times before on our pick spots.
Yeah, I think you've said that very line.
Yep, I have. And I will take him again. I'll take him
Okay.
any day of the week.
Scotty is officially off the board. Nice little T2 last week. Doesn't look like he was out of third gear. JDV, over to you.
I think it's also a pretty straightforward one of Mr. Rory McIlroy.
That's
Will
a
be
good.
my
That
first
that is a great pick.
I think I'd
It
already
was really tough between Scheffler and McIlroy.
half suddenly looking around like he's half naked.
Confident.
Half is happy with his strategy.
No, Terence, what it's like is those videos going around where you've got all the bottles in a line and you've got to go and collect one bottle at a time. The one guy starts with the shortest and the other guy starts with the longest. If you start with the longest, you end up winning every single time. So, Christian Bezuidenhout is the longest bottle. That's what I'm going with. Scotty Scheffler is the
God,
shortest
I
bottle.
love this.
He's the shortest bottle. So let's see between Tucky and
You do know that the forfeits caddy 9 holes and have a beer hole.
It's only 9 holes.
Pick one in the draft, and he's gone with Seabear.
You saw I was flushing it at the range the other day, so I'm pretty confident.
Okay, I got to tell you, this is not super easy now because there is a little bit of a drop off after those top two.
Top 3, what are you talking about? Seabears.
Those top three, of course. Sorry, of course, Seabears. This is hard because I don't always want to. My head's telling me one thing, my heart's telling me other things. I'm gonna go and because I get 2 picks in a row here.
Yeah.
Because we snake back.
Yep, that's how it works.
That's how
Hoff.
it works. We snake back. I am going to go with Colin Morikawa
Okay.
as my first pick. And I am then going to pick Xander Schauffele.
Oh,
guys.
there we go.
Xander a little bit out of form.
Awful,
Hoff thought it was coming back to him.
No.
Well-
no. I'm not. I'm saying those names. I'm reacting to the names.
I hear you, and but happy to have them. Happy to have them in my squad.
I'll take them any day of the week.
JDV, who have you got?
I'm going to go with another European, Mr. John Rahm, and our first live player.
Okay. So the top, according to the golf, the data golf rankings, the data golf rankings, that's our top 4 off the table now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scheffler, McIlroy, Morikawa, and Rahm gone.
True.
So, Taki, it's you.
Taki, it's you.
It's me.
Yeah. I thought you
I
were
thought-
leading.
I was
I
like,
thought you were leading
right.
into something.
Number
Okay.
5 on
Well,
the
no,
data
I
golf
am.
rankings.
Are you
I
just
am.
following
So
data golf?
I'm-
So Seabears isn't on that list?
We've got to do a bit of scrolling. Got to do a bit of scrolling here. Dean Burmester is the best South African on the list, but I'm going to go with my second pick. I am going to go with.
Oh my goodness.
This could take a while. I'm going to go with Shane Lowry.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's a field pick.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
field pick.
definitely the hard
Look,
pick.
he's Royal Portrush. I mean,
Yeah.
home venue, had
Yeah.
a great open there last time. The majors this year are hard.
I'm
guys.
just thinking, guys.
Like
top
some,
tens.
okay, look, Quail Hollow. Guys, some guys say that's more of a PGA Tour event, but Oakmont is a proper US Open venue, and then Royal Portrush is hard. Like it's a hard open venue. Like it could get ugly quickly there. Like, Hoff, who are you gonna put? Who's gonna sit next to Seabears on this at the front of your car?
Well, it's
Bearing in mind the top 6 players in the world.
It's
more or
the
less,
guy.
so.
It's the guy that I was going to pick first before I learned what the actual rules were, and
You
went
should
for
always
my
read this-
Saffa.
You should always read the small print.
There was none. So I was picking between two. I'm not going to say the second one, although I'm pretty sure he's going to get taken off the board anyway. But I have to go with my boy. He hasn't won a major yet, but he's going to be in every major, and he's going to be having a crack. So I have to go with old Ladders.
Ladders.
Oh, hold on. Good one.
I was
Yeah.
terrified that you were going to take Ladders.
He was right up there.
So yeah, it's got to be Ludwig Aubert.
Well done. I think that's a good pick.
I think that's a great pick.
Oh, it's a closer bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've sort of gone.
No,
you've
keep
gone
it-
to the back, and now you've gone to like the second.
Oh,
box.
remember that was like me. Remember when I won some
What I
lucky
thought-
draw and I could pick any prize and I picked the mints and I was like, it's an obvious one. I'm gonna pick mints and you're like, are you joking? You could have picked like a steak.
Honestly-
That's actually a story at a golf day where like literally Jacques had the pick of, I think it was Bluff Meats was sponsoring the day. There was whatever you liked on the table meat wise. Anything that you like. There was flippin' there was pork
Fillets,
belly,
lamb
there
chops.
was lamb shoulder, there was everything. And he comes back, he's like, yolks are gonna be so stoked. We're like, oh yes, what is it? It's like, I picked the mince. We're like, what the fuck?
I've got 5 kgs of lean mint, boys.
Think how much we could do with
let's
this.
make some burgers.
That's exactly what he said. He's like, oh, you can make bolognese,
It's versatile, guys.
you know, feed the dogs.
Oh shit, that's good.
No, but anyway.
when you said Ladders now, I actually thought you said Bradders. I was like, oh my god.
No, that,
Okay,
that
Huff.
would be-
Well, the good news is you go again. So because we're snaking around.
Oh,
so,
that's
so-
fantastic news.
Are you going to avoid? Who have you picked? So who have you got? You got
I've
Bears.
got
Bears and
sea bears
Ludwig.
and ladders.
So are you going to avoid the Americans?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm. That's the next pick as an
Okay.
American.
just checking.
He's an American with a good run in US Opens, particularly. Not really in Open Championships. Long hitter. Don't like him personally, although he's quite entertaining.
Bryson.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, B. DeChambeau's.
DeChambeau.
Bryson is off the board. Saki,
I'm going to go.
first live player, second live player.
Yeah, second live player. I'm going to go. Currently number 6, the Data Golf rankings. Tommy Fleetwood.
That was my one.
I think just solid player.
Tommy Ladd.
Hasn't won anything, and probably won't this year.
Probably-
but
I'd
Probably
be
not
super
gonna-
stoked if he did win.
Probably not
Yeah.
going to get you that 35 points you're
No.
looking for.
but I
he's
think
going
he'll
to
give me
rack up
some.
Did well at Royal Port Rush
rack
last
up
time.
10 pointers.
Got pretty close to Lowry last time. I think it went wrong on like the first and second hole for him on that final day where he missed a couple of makeable putts when Shane was kind of like not on the ropes, but didn't start too well. And once he missed those, that was it. Be super stoked for him to win though.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd only be happy for you if Tommy on. You got some real UK picks there. I like it, Zaki.
Yeah.
JDV, what you got?
Oh man, that was my
Dagger
pick.
to
Like
the
an
heart.
axe to
That was
your
my
lower
pick.
back. Your lower dad back.
I'm gonna take the number 1 player in the world according to Phil Mickelson. I'm gonna go with Jaco
Niemann.
Niemann.
So that now, what's interesting is how many majors
Yes.
is he actually going to be in?
I mean, he's been invited to the Masters and he'll qualify for the other 3. So that's sort of where my head is at.
Through the live, this
Through
new live
the live
top 3
promotions.
category.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fair
I thought
enough.
you might reach for a Saffa at some point.
I
JDV.
was
You tempted.
I was like, I think I can get the snake to go around one more time for my Saffa pick.
Yes, guys, I can tell you, I'm going to end up with a whole bunch of guys on my team that I really fucking hate. I can just see it. Like, I'm already looking at the list of names going, God, I don't want to pick him. But I'm not ready to reach down the leaderboard and pick like a hard pick. Okay, guys, I'm going to take Justin Thomas.
Okay. He was there, waiting to be picked.
He is showing us something. He's really showing us something. Not my favorite player in the world. This is getting tough.
Now it gets
guys.
interesting.
I mean, We've got Russell Henley still sitting there. Who wants to pick Russell Henley?
So is it me to go?
No, it's me.
Oh, shit.
After Henley, you got Cantlay.
Please
I can
pick
see
him.
why you're going to
Please
end up
pick
with a
him.
team you don't want.
Please
Yeah.
pick him.
I don't know. I'll take. Oh God, this pains me to say this. Hideki's a little bit.
That's a miscut waiting to happen. I mean, you might get a
Top
top
three.
5, top
Yeah.
3 miscuts.
I'm gonna take Russell Henley. Oh my God, I really don't like this
I
team.
don't even know what he looks like.
It's like a family portrait that you really just don't want to hang up. I'm not putting a team picture up on my locker, guys. I'm just telling you.
Look,
Yeah.
if you have to actually sit and watch these guys,
These are top-
you are going to be fast
I have
asleep
to root for
within
them.
like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Justin Thomas is the only one there keeping you awake.
What I am going to do is bet on other players so that if these guys end up winning, well, then at least, you know. Okay, so we are now on 4, guys. So I've got 4. JDV, you're up.
So this is my 4th, though.
This is your 4th.
Okay, I'm going to reach across and grab one of the Saffas.
Saffas.
I'm going to take Tristan Lawrence.
Okay. I mean, it's a free country.
Do what you like.
Well, I mean, he's in the Masters and the British
According
Open.
to Terence, it's Tristan Lawrence.
Thurston Lawrence.
Thirsty Tristan.
Tristan. Shame. Yeah, folks. Classic example of someone going across to the PGA Tour and just completely losing his shit.
Shitting the bed.
I mean, his. I was looking at his last few tournaments. I think I sent it to you guys on WhatsApp.
yeah.
Very tough. I think he's made 1 cut on the PGA Tour so far.
Thank goodness he doesn't get me minus points as my Saffa.
He's just jawling it up though. Fishing.
I wish
doing whatever he
you
wants.
honestly. You know what? He's got that like game for like very hard golf courses. So let's see. I don't know which other majors he's going to get into though.
Well, he's definitely in the British Open and he's in
Why?
the Masters.
He's in
Because
two,
he
yeah.
finished in the top 10. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in
Okay.
the Open and the Masters.
Okay. Not a bad pick. Taki.
Okay. I'm not being lured into my South Africans just yet.
I was going to hang out another one.
I was about to say, Tucky's like, I'll take Darren Ficard.
Yeah, just snatch it out of Hop's hands. Darren Fichard is waiting on a pedestal for you.
My
Taki.
man.
I
My
am
man.
going to go with Wyndham Clark.
Oh god, he would fit really well into my
Yeah,
team.
that's Terrence's
friggin'
team.
Yeah.
losers. Okay, Windham. Okay, Hoff, you get your 2 in a row.
So I guess I have to go Saffa to just finish that off. But
Darren.
it's
How do you spell Darren again?
it's a tough pick.
Dylan.
It really
Darren or
is.
Dylan?
It really is a tough pick because like next down the list after Thirsty Tristan is
Eric van Rooyen.
is Eric, but I don't think I can bring myself to do that. So I'm not going to go Eric. I'm not going to go Darren Fichart, actually, as much as the heart is
disappointing.
pulling me in that direction. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk, put it on the little bush pig, the big bush pig, old Aldrich Potgieter.
What is?
AP, the Associated Press.
Which means my Saffas are done, so I can start looking at those close bottles now.
Aldrich, the take that I had after the Nedbank that he would win 2 majors is not looking great at the moment, JD.
Look, I mean,
it's early days.
What did you say? I mean, the ones where he needs distance is
I gave you-
Quail Hollow. Is they're playing at Quail Hollow? Huh?
Quail Hollow fits
You'd
his,
be able
fits
to
his
play
game.
there.
Yeah,
But shit, the other ones, I don't know.
he just needs to like make a few cuts there. Yeah,
That's all we need.
just to start off
The
with.
best description was Sean de Villiers, who called him a thumb when he's wearing shorts. He just looks like a human thumb.
I do, yeah. JDV's got the perfect comp for him
Yeah,
on
what's it?
Instagram.
Le Pen or
Frankie Le Pen, yeah. That's
Hoffman, you got another
the
pick. there.
best.
Yeah, so I had to scroll back to the top of my rankings list here to see who is next. Flip. It does become
Okay, I can read out a few names while you're thinking. Patrick Cantlay, Hideki, Tyrrell Hatton, Corey
Tyrrell-
Connors,
Tyrrell was high on the list.
Seb
there.
Straka, Bob McIntyre, Keegan Bradley,
Yeah, it's
Minwee Lee.
it's really tough.
Aaron Rye. Now we're getting into the
Well, I
weeds.
Aaron Rice seems to always be in the mix at the moment.
You only like him because he's got
There's
iron
one
covers.
name a
And
bit
2
further
gloves.
down. Anyway,
I think.
I'm gonna have to press you for an answer.
Yeah. I think from a purely he's probably one of my worst golfers actually, that I think I'm gonna have to go for you, and
God, I've got no idea.
and
who's
that's
that one.
Keegan Bradley.
Wow.
I really don't like Keegan Bradley.
You would do
but
well in
I
my team. I think it's a good pick.
Yeah.
Considering this is round 5 and you're picking up Keegan Bradley, I don't think that's bad.
It feels bad though.
He's going to be in all the majors.
Yeah,
Well, that's the only logic behind that pick.
Yeah, and he's
doing well.
honestly playing well. So,
That's a
Tucky?
horrible thing.
Yo, guys. So this is pick 5.
yeah.
I still haven't got any. Who's also Cephalus? Just you, T.
Terrence.
Yeah. And will be.
Until the last possible moment. Because
Trevor Fisher Jr.
I'm looking at the South Africans that are guaranteed
Any Otter.
in any of the majors, and they're not many. I think I'm going to stay with my internationals, and my 5th pick is going to be Lucas Glover.
Wow.
Oh,
Sheep
God,
was
that
like-
is not the name I was expecting to
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well,
You
flip.
can have him.
I feel like I'm picking up Tyrrell Hatton for sense on the range here, so I'm going to take Tyrrell.
Is
Is
Tyrrell
he-
in the Masters?
Yeah, well.
Is he in the other majors as well, apart from the Open? I think he's in the Open. Is he in the Open?
Maybe.
There's a risk
Tyrrell
taking
Hatton's
a
my
lid
final
player.
answer, I know.
Yeah, you've touched the chess piece. You have to play it now.
Where's he sitting on the live ranking thing?
He is up
Because I
there.
don't think he's had like a cracker start.
No, I don't think he has. Because
So
he was going to be.
He might
my
not
pick.
be in the PGA champs.
There's
Where
a
did he
list
finish?
here. Let's see if he's on here. Darren Fichart, Open. Beautiful. I don't see him on
No,
this
I
list.
don't think he's on the exemption list yet for the British Open.
This could be tough. This could be a tough one for you. Eh?
Okay.
Let's have a look
You've
here.
played it.
No, he is there. Tyrrell Hatton. Exemption criteria 6, whatever that means. He's in the British Open.
Yeah, he's in the Masters. There's an asterisk on the PGA Championship, and he's in the Open. I don't know what the asterisk
Feeling a lot more
means.
comfortable with my pick. T-Bag?
Yeah. Thanks very much, JDV. JJ Spawn. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it gets tough, eh?
Sergio.
Sergio's playing good golf as well.
What about someone?
You'd fit into your team.
What
no?
about someone who's just gone cut, win?
And
Victor Hovland.
Victor Hovland.
Is that who you want?
That's risky.
It's so risky because that guy he's top 5 or he's miscut.
Well, I don't
Is
even
it-
know if
is
he's
it
in
worth
top
it?
5. I mean, he was saying in his win, he still felt like his swing was way off.
I mean,
But, I mean, definitely a hard pick.
But Terrence, you got
because
2
this
picks
is my
now.
last. This is my. I know, but well, my
Snake
next
around.
pick is an auto Saffa because this is my last.
Shit. Yeah.
This is my last pick. So
that Seabears is looking
Am I-
good now, eh?
suddenly the tides. Oaks.
Gonna need an answer from you, Terrence.
You know what?
Jeez, now you're under pressure.
I'm going to continue my picks of pure.
Jeez!
I'd have to flag that.
not safe for work. And in that vein, I am going to
Poor
pick
Justin Thomas.
Patrick Cantley.
Oh, my
God.
word.
Honestly,
Yeah, these oaks are putting you to bed.
this is a team to root against. Please.
That's 100% a team to root against.
And now,
I
which
mean-
poor Saffa is getting put with your C-bombs?
Morikawa, Xander, JT, Henley, and Patrick Cantley. I wouldn't, in my wildest dreams, have ever picked those guys. But you guys left me no choice, you know. I could have taken Hovland there, I suppose. Okay, now the Saffa. Who are we going to pick? First Saffa. God. there's so
David
many-
Frost. Ernie's in the Open.
You know what? I'm gonna go all in on Dean Burmester. He is already playing in the PGA, 100%. And I'm just going to hope he qualifies for one other. Burmester's a legitimate top 10 shot at Quail Hollow. Like, so if that's the only points I get for my Saffas the whole season, I'll be happy. So give me Burmy.
I don't think that's terrible.
And not a bad guy, so it improves the
Shout out Stingers.
the dickhead rankness of my team. Okay, JDV.
So JDV, before you go,
Yeah.
just to circle back there, Tyrrell Hatton is currently 23rd in the live standings. So some work to do there, but yeah, take us away on your next one.
That could be an auto miscut for the last 3 majors of the year.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna try and go for. Where's this man? I'm thinking Will Zalatoris. I'm thinking. I haven't touched the chess piece yet.
That's not a bad shot, huh? I mean, there's some.
So for me, it's between Will Zalatoris and Russell Henley. But I think
Henley's already been picked by me, unfortunately.
Oh shit, y'all. Okay, well, Will Zalatoris it is then. Willie Z.
Big
Can't
bull.
believe no one's picked Hideki yet. Honestly, guys, I've taken a bet on Hideki to win the Masters. Like, I think he's a bit of a sleeper.
I mean, it's just like an absolute lucky. I mean, it's like a roulette wheel with him. I mean, he genuinely is either going to win it or not miss the cut. So who's it? Tucky.
So Hideki, and I'm saying this, I kind of wish I'd picked him. Hideki has not missed a cut at a major championship since 2019.
Hectic.
Put that in your pipe and smoke.
Yeah.
So,
JDV for saying that he's going to miss the cut.
so he's due,
enough.
basically.
Well, Tucky, do you want to take him?
I can't.
You have to take 2 Saffas.
I'm full up now, yeah.
Oh, my word.
I got 2 South Africans.
Yeah, this is what I like.
But the problem is
Sorry,
that
who did you take there, JDV?
Took Will Zalatoris. Look, I'm not upset with that.
who, like, we know that there are a
Not a
few
bad
South
last round
Africans
pick.
that are in like some majors, like obviously Dylan Nadu's in the Open.
Yeah. Now you're basically trying to. I mean, Ernie Elsa's in the Open.
Daz is also in the Open.
Yeah.
Eric Van Rooyen?
Louis Oosthuizen's in the Open.
Eric Van Rooyen
Yeah,
hasn't
Louis is in the
qualified
Open,
for
but like
any
Louis won't
majors
qualify
yet.
He
for any
hasn't.
other majors.
And he
But I
he
think
he probably won't even
He
try.
won't
to
play
go
the
out.
qualifiers, yeah. So then you got to work out like which other South Africans are going to get a shot at qualifying.
Pretty happy with my Burmester pick, I must say now.
Charles Schwartz will play in the Masters.
Probably the only one he'll play.
Christo Lamprecht.
Oh, what's happened to that guy, Hoff?
He's still coming along though. He is. I mean, he's still young.
I guess it's a case of who's got the best chance of qualifying. And so that means
It's a free swing because you don't
Yeah.
get negative points for your Saffa. So
the one guy that is playing on the PGA Tour regularly is Eric Van Rooyen. So he's probably got the best chance of qualifying. So I'm going to go with
Yeah,
Eric
I
Van
think
Rooyen.
that's the right call. Hoffman?
There's still quite a few names at the top there that look, they're not nice names, but they're names nevertheless. I mean, someone like a Corey Connors surely is going to play in every major. But, I mean, with that massive speech from Terence, I think I've got to go
Hideki.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
he's such a quality player. I mean, it's a pretty nice... And you get
I think
another
that's a fair
pick
call.
in a row.
No, that's it. Is that?
No, Hoff
Yeah,
still-
yeah, Hoff,
no,
sorry,
we
you get your last
still,
pick.
we
So how
still
many
got a last round
You've
of
got
picks.
your last. This is your last pick.
Your last
Number
Saffa.
7.
Yeah.
No, he's
I
got a
got
Saffa.
Saffas.
Oh, you got your
Saffa'd up.
twos.
My Saffas are done.
It's the picking the glasses game,
I
isn't it?
still can't believe you picked Seabears as the first pick in the first round. It's
Right
so
out of the
sick.
gate, straight.
I
to
honestly
Seabed.
thought Jokes would go Saffas first as well. But anyway,
We just
I'm
laughed.
happy that I did.
Tucky was like, come here, Scotty.
I'm happy with that pick, to be
Yeah.
honest. In hindsight and at the
Will you be happy in September?
I'm happy that
yes,
I'm happy that you're happy, Hoff.
because he'll be in every major, probably,
Willie.
and I don't get negative points for him. So
Yeah,
Put that in your
I
pipe.
guess, yeah. I guess it just came at the cost of not having
The number
one
one player
of
in
the
the
top
world.
5,
So,
basically.
I got Ladders.
True.
And Bryson's not top 5 technically.
I actually wish I'd taken Ladders over Xander now that I look back on it.
Injured Xander. Coming back from injury, Xander.
Yeah, Xander, who said that his game is nowhere in his last interview.
I still would have gone with it. I still think
So
it's
my last pick. Flip, it's a boring one. I think I'm going to go Corey Connors.
Oh,
That is so boring.
so he'd do well on my team.
That is so boring.
Yeah, it's not something I'm proud of. But
He's a good pick for the Masters. He's got a pretty good track record at Augusta.
Yeah, look, he's
Good top 20 pick.
pretty consistent.
Probably going to bank you 10 points for the season, I'd say. Doesn't miss a lot of cuts. Taki, you've got a Saffa left.
I know, and it's a tough pick. This, it is a very, very tough pick. This, because as we know, there are very few South Africans in the majors as it stands. So I think I'm going to. Let's have a look down this board here. See, going down to Jaden Shaper, who is 186th on this list. I'm going to, because he's got his European Tour card. So I'm going to go with the big man,
Anything else?
Jacques Kruiswijk.
Yeah. Okay.
He's got his card, so he's heading over to Europe.
Okay.
Won't give me any negative points.
I don't think that's a bad shot, actually.
And he won the
Nice.
Magical Kenya Open, guys.
Okay. Got you locked in here for them.
Of course. Just usually means
There's a major on the way.
JDV, you're also picking a
Saffa.
Saffa.
Garrikigo? I mean, is he going to play any of them? Okay, I'm going to say Louis Oosthuizen.
So you,
Just I know he's playing one.
yeah, I guess that's the other thing, is that you know that he's going to play one at least. Will he make the cut?
Okay, that's my pick.
Louis.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Half, got a question here. Dani van Tonder just won the Sunshine Tour Order of Merit, which automatically qualifies him for the Open and for the PGA Champs. That's part of the
deal.
That's part of what he won, as winning the Order of Merit. But is that for this year or is it for next year? I need that information.
Must be this year.
Has to be.
Otherwise, who's on it from last year?
good question.
Who won the Order of Merit last year?
It has to be for this year, surely.
I mean,
Why
you'd think
would
so.
they do
Why
it
would they
next year?
delay it by so long?
I mean, is he on the starter list for the Open? That should tell you. How else would he have qualified?
Well, I don't know if they would have updated it by now.
Or the PGA Champs.
I'm looking there now.
It's not listed on the PGA Champs yet, but they
or,
might.
or on the British Open.
Is it not?
This could be contentious.
See,
I would assume it's for
I
this.
need to know.
Was Tristan Lawrence not the Order of Merit winner last year?
I think it was John O'Broomhead, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't Tristan Lawrence because he was on the DP World Tour last season, wasn't he? Already.
Yeah, it's critical information, guys. But just looking here, John O'Broomhead hasn't played in any majors. Am I wrong?
Come on, T-Bag, round us off
Oh
here.
my god.
Pull the trigger.
Well, I could be picking an oak who's not teeing it up, but why would they delay it? I'm trying to.
He's just delaying.
I'm trying to find the exemption stats. I wish I'd done this. No, he didn't win the Order of Merit last year. Just
Who's
fill in there.
who's laughing at Christian Bezuidenhout now?
Just fill in there a little bit.
Terence, who looks like he hasn't completed his homework.
Yeah.
Dog ate my homework situation, yeah.
Hoff, we missed you in the beginning of the podcast. Just tell us about your golf game. And
I'm gonna.
we heard the simulator was fun the other day.
I'll see what's happening here.
Give us an answer. Because it says the first place finisher will receive exemptions into the Nedbank Golf Challenge, as well as two majors, the Open and the USPGA Championship, as well as a 500,000 Rand cash bonus. Yeah, so it doesn't actually say whether it's this year or next year.
This is your risk,
Yeah.
Teabag. You've left this for last. It's the risk that comes with it. There's no like, oh, you guys said.
I can't see how it would be next year. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to go with Donnie. He's going to be in 2 majors.
It's only for 2026. No, I'm joking.
Is it?
Is it?
No, I'm joking.
That's classic.
Look, these Saffas are a bit of a free swing. I mean, happy with Burmese. Hate the look of the rest of my team. Not from a consistency, but just from actually wanting to support them. But at the end of the day, I'm happy with my team getting me through, not having to caddy for one of you guys. So just to clarify, Hoff, your team is at the front. First pick, Seabears. Ladders, Bryson DeChambeau, Aldrich Potgieter, Keegan Bradley, Hideki Matsuyama, Corey Connors.
I'm actually very happy with that.
Tucky, we have Scotty Scheffler, Shane Lowry, Tommy Fleetwood, Wyndham Clark, Lucas Glover, EVR, and Jacques Kruiswijk. That was interesting.
I think that's quite a good lineup.
It's eclectic.
Kruiswijk
basically got the live
might have
lineup.
splinters. JDV, you got Rory, Rahm, Neiman, Tristan Lawrence, Tyrrell, Willie Z, and Louis Oosthuizen. And I have Morikawa, Xander, JT, Henley, Cantlay, Dean Burmester, and Donnie van Tonder.
Wow.
Haters, just
Wow.
you can hate it as much as you like. I'm hoping it's not going to end up in me carrying a bag or downing 4 beers, 5 beers,
What, depends
3
how many
beers,
shots you take.
2 beers.
1 beer.
Yeah, make a hole in one. One beer.
Guys, this was fun. We'll update you guys as we go along during the season. It is a season-long race. Hashtags, thanks, shout out FedEx Cup for your catch line, your tag phrase. But yeah, if there's nothing else with that, let the pod end.
Lekker, lekker.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck.